All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always ready to dig into some fascinating food stuff.
Well, today we're tackling something I think a lot of people can relate to, especially if you love to entertain.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about steak.
Steak. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good steak, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But cooking steak for a crowd can definitely get pricey.
Oh, for sure. Especially if you're, aiming for those like premium cuts.
Yeah, but that's where this deep dive comes in.
Okay, lay it on me.
Our source material today is all about how to make delicious steak affordable for a crowd.
Sounds like my kind of reading material.
All right, so get this. One of the tips that really jumped out at me was cooking steak in a dishwasher.
Wait, in a dishwasher? Like actually in the machine?
Well, not exactly in the dishwasher, but using the heat from the dishwasher.
Oh, I see. It's that sous vide thing, right?
Sous vide, you got it.
Yeah. Okay, so sous vide, it's basically all about like super precise temperature control, right?
Exactly. You seal the steak in a vacuum bag, and then you immerse it in a water bath that's kept at a very specific temperature. And apparently, a dishwasher on a warm cycle can actually create that stable environment.
Huh. Interesting. So you're basically using the dishwasher as like a makeshift sous vide machine.
Yeah, pretty clever, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a hack, but it could work in a pinch.
But you know what's really cool about sous vide is that it cooks the steak perfectly from edge to edge.
Oh yeah, no more like those overcooked outsides and then the raw center.
Exactly. And the best part is that you can use those cheaper cuts of meat.
Ah, so that's where the budget-friendly part comes in.
Exactly, because sous vide can actually transform those tougher cuts into something incredibly tender and juicy.
Yeah, that's the beauty of sous vide. It can really elevate those like less expensive cuts.
Okay, so I'm sold to the dishwasher sous vide hack, but what about flavor? I mean, a good steak needs to taste amazing too, right?
Absolutely, you can't forget about flavor. And the source actually had some great tips about using marinades and dry rubs to really amp up the taste, especially for those budget-friendly cuts.
Okay, so tell me more about that, because I'm always looking for like the best marinade recipes.
Well, the thing is, you don't need anything fancy. You can make amazing marinades with simple, everyday ingredients.
Like what kind of ingredients?
Well, think about things like, lemon juice, vinegar, garlic herbs, spices, a little bit of oil.
Yeah, those are all pretty affordable too.
Exactly. And you can get really creative with the combinations, try different things, experiment a little.
And what about dry rubs? Do they work the same way as marinades?
Kind of, but instead of like soaking the meat in liquid, you're basically coating it with a mixture of dry spices and herbs.
And that helps to tenderize the meat too.
Well, not necessarily tenderized, but it creates like a really flavorful crust. And it helps to lock in moisture during cooking so the steak stays nice and juicy.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Okay, so we've got sous vide for perfect cooking and marinades and dry rubs for amazing flavor, all on a budget.
Yeah, we're hitting all the right notes here.
So is there anything else we should know? Any like pro tips to really wow our guests?
Okay, so here's a simple one, but it makes a huge difference. Let that steak rest after cooking.
Rest, like just let it sit there.
Yep, give it like 5 to 10 minutes. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, so when you cut into it, you get a juicier, more flavorful bite.
Oh, wow, I never knew that.
It's a game changer. And another tip for cooking for a crowd, you don't have to cook individual steaks,
Oh, what do you mean?
Like instead of grilling 10 separate steaks, you could grill one large affordable cut, like a flank steak or a tri-tip.
And then just slice it up.
Exactly. It's a real money saver, and it's just as delicious.
Wow, that's brilliant. I'm definitely trying that next time.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
So to recap, we've covered some seriously awesome tips today.
Yeah, sous vide marinades,
Yeah.
dry rubs, resting the meat, all these tricks to get the most out of those budget-friendly cuts.
It's all about being smart in the kitchen and not being afraid to experiment.
Exactly. So to our listeners out there, what will you try for your next gathering?
Get creative, folks. There's a whole world of delicious and affordable steak out there just waiting to be discovered.
That's all the time we have, folks. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya!